Hey guys, Martin here, and another Dark Eldar tactic video. This time it's the Ravager, and as repetitive as it is, you might not have watched all the other videos, so I'm going to say the same thing. I always think they're beautiful models, the Dark Eldar. That's why I first started collecting them. This one's going to be repainted in my new army colours, but then this video is not about the model. It's about the rules for it and how I use it in my games of Warhammer 40,000. So points wise, it's quite it's a heavy vehicle. First and foremost, it's armour 11, 11, 10, and it's a fast skimmer. But points wise, it sort of sits around your Predator with a couple of options, sort of value. Vindicator sort of points. That might be a better way of putting it, to be fair. And then you upgrade it from there. It comes with disintegrator cannons, which are a fantastic weapon. They're an AP2 weapon, strength 5, I believe. I'm not looking up. I don't run it with disintegrator cannons. I put them on my raiders if I ever use them, but on this, I pay the points upgrade and I give it 3 Dark Lancers, which are these ones here. Mine's all magnetised so that I can swap the weapons out should I want to. So you get 3 Dark Lancers, 1, 2, 3, and they are a strength 8 AP2 lance weapon. Lance, as I've said previously, means that any vehicle armour is reduced to 12 if it is higher. So front armour of a Predator or a Land Raider or a Lehman Russ, anything like that, you're dropping those guys down to a 12 armour with a strength 8 weapon. That means you need 4s to glance, 5s and 6s pen, and with it being an AP2 weapon on a 6 plus, on a 6, sorry, not a 6 plus, on a 6, you are exploding that vehicle. So it gives you that chance of that crucial explode for something like a Land Raider with 4 hull points. There are a multitude of options. You can take any of the options other than a flicker field. For the upgrade, you can put the shock prow on it, you can put the ether sails on it, the grizzly trophies. I'm not going to go into all those options, guys, because I don't use them. There will be somebody else somewhere who will explain every option and the pros and cons to them. I don't think, as I always say, that they're worth the points, but this is for the points it costs. This is such a fantastic unit. Now, to the next point, I'm going to cause some controversy. People interpret rules in different ways, and if anyone disagrees with what I say now, then please don't berate me and start calling me all the things under the sun, but constructively tell me that I'm wrong, and I'll look at it, explain to me why you think I'm wrong. And the reason I'm saying that is somebody who actually I subscribe to and subscribes to me, and I'm not looking to start any sort of controversy, has mentioned about this rule I'm going to talk about now, and I think they've got it wrong. I've literally just sat here reading it, and that's why I've decided to do this video, because I wasn't comfortable with what I'd heard. It's about moving, shooting, this, that, the other. You can jink with this. If you jink, you get a 4+ cover save, and then you snap fire all weapons. That's really simple to figure out. If you've jinked, everything snap fires. But the next part is where we get confused. If you've got a tank, so let's say a Rhino or a Predator. Predator's a better one to use as an example, with 3 las cannons on it. If you move up to 6 inches, you are classed as moving at combat speed. That means you can fire 1 weapon at full ballistic skill, and you can snap fire with all remaining weapons. There's no limit to how many guns you can shoot, but everything else shoots snapshots, if they're allowed to shoot snapshots. If you move at cruising speed, which is 6 to 12 inches, and then all weapons snap fire, if they're allowed to do so. So a Vindicator that moves 12 inches can't shoot its demolisher cannon. That's pretty standard, people know that rule, I don't have to labour on to that one. Where it changes is when your vehicle is a fast vehicle. Now some people are saying, oh, well, you're still moving at cruising speed. The rules as it states, and I'm going to read from the rule book without actually putting it onto camera. Fast vehicles are swifter than the norm, so to represent this can move up to 12 inches when moving flat out. Shooting with fast vehicles. Fast vehicles that moved at combat speed in the preceding movement phase can fire all of their weapons just like other type of vehicles that have remained stationary. Fast vehicles that moved at cruising speed can fire up to 2 weapons using their full ballistic skill. Other weapons can only make snapshots. So if you move this guy up to 6 inches, you can fire all 3 weapons at full ballistic skill. Not just one of them, because you're only moving at combat speed. If you move him further than that, then you're moving at cruising speed. We then have to go back a couple of pages in the book into is that the wrong page? No, that's it. It's just flat out moving skimmers. Skimmers can move across all terrain. Skimmers forced to end its move. No, I'm reading as I'm speaking, guys, because I'm thinking I must have seen something wrong somewhere. Some people seem to think that you can move 12 inches and still shoot all your weapons. You can't. Some people seem to think that if you move at all, you can still only fire 1 at full ballistic. You can't. It quite clearly states that vehicles that moved at combat speed in the preceding movement phase can fire all of their weapons just like other types of vehicles that have remained stationary. So it negates that movement. Doesn't reduce it, doesn't call it anything else. So you can move this guy, start him in cover so that you don't have to jink. If you can, block line of sight with him, and then move him 6 inches to the side and shoot your 3 Dark Lancers at BS4, so you're hitting on 3s, and it's as simple as that as far as I'm concerned. Obviously the flaws to it are it is only armour 11, but that's massive because nothing else in Dark Eldar is that tough anymore, other than the Forge World stuff. He's open topped, so when people do shoot you on the penetration table, it's automatically +1. So in theory, even a strength 5 heavy bolter, no, because that'd only glance, wouldn't it? A strength 6 weapon that shoots at this can explode you, even if it's only AP dash, because you're open topped. But they're very versatile units, 36-inch range, and they are tank poppers. That's exactly what they are, tank poppers, dreadnought killers, even then big monstrous creature killers. Put 3 shots into a Tyrannifex, or likes of a Swarm Lord, Hive Tyrant, something like that. Or if there's none of those left on the table, then you start taking out your high armour value minis, your Terminators and things like that. You put 3 shots in and see what happens. You're generally doing well with it. It's a cracking little unit. It's not expensive points wise, and if you want to, if you need to get it into position and you're willing to forego, especially if you've had to jink, then you may as well move it, because don't forget it's a fast skimmer, so therefore it can turbo boost, or flat out move I should call it actually. It can flat out 18 inches, so you can move 12 and then a further 18 inches. It's a 30-inch movement. Everything scores now, so as with the Reavers who can do the 48-inch movement, if there's little target left or you've had to jink in your previous turn so you don't really fancy snap firing, then just move right across to somewhere else so that you're either getting a rear armour or you're getting an objective. Just play with it, have fun with it. Cracking unit, and that's about it. And that's a Ravager, guys. So let me know what you think as always. If you like the video, like it, and if you haven't already, then please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.